Alright, coming in the ring, start with Leonardo Rodriguez. Troy Batiste will follow in suit. Elena Castaneda will be third in. Ben Martin will follow in. Brody Kaiser. Sutton Davis. And JT Trinidad.
Dalton said
At this time, we need our heavyweight British steers to the holding area. Heavyweight British steers weighing 1124 to 1366 to the holding area and checking in with Mr. Black.
then it blows out.
Exhibitors, use your whole rein, please. Use the whole rein.
Get some questions and I'll come help the It's up. It's going. This is what it looks like. Oh, cool. Okay, what's the link? You
Just the easiest way, go to YouTube and look for
Helotes.
Helotes.
Yep.
Nice class of British steers here to start off with. The Hereford Mark steer here wins the class pretty handily, in my particular opinion. Really a cool steer to look at. And I can tell you, I'm going to see him from 9 to 1,480 pounds. I'm not going to handle them because it's not fair to these lightweight steers to handle and then don't handle the heavies and not the lights. I'll pick the best steer. I realize some of these may end up in Houston and we're 90 days away, and some may end up in Fort Worth and we're 3 weeks away. So there's a different end point. So that's kind of the way we're going to work through the steer show today. Hereford wins the deal pretty handily, nicely made steer, long-bodied steer, good-looking steer, good out of his front 1/3, got enough muscle. Could be better on his hind two, but he's good enough there. Congratulations, young man. We can let him out right here. Gets closer in these two red steers. I'm going to use the red steer a little longer in his body cavity, a steer that's really nice through his top side. I'd like him longer there out of his hip if I could make him longer. You know, I can fight him, you can ease that weight. But that one, if he gets bigger in his hip, he can move up in class. He's a good looking steer out of his front 1/3. I think he's relatively sound as well, so that's why he gets there. The red steer that comes 3, I like his moderation. I like the fact that he fits together. He's a pretty good balanced steer there. Not big and massive in his hip, but he's big enough in his hip. But if you ask him to go, he just simply out moves 4 and 5. And that's the reason he gets to number 3. Congratulations to the young lady. 4 and 5 are the meat wagons in the class, the black steer and the red steer. Big-ended kind of steers, massive top steers, not my type of kind of steers. Those steers need to get better out of their hind tooth for me. I like them to move out better, take more authority off their hind tooth. Really like them on the stop from the standpoint of they're big, powerful ones, just don't move good enough for me. Go ahead and circle the black and the red collectively. Hereford steer that comes next, he just gets a bit more elevated for me. I want to soften him up in the center portion of his body, make him just a bit softer to look at there. And then the steer that closes, nice steer, nice complete steer, good as lines, just not as much of him as some of the other cattle in the lineup. Good class from top to bottom. Congratulations to all the exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge Fox. Placing in this class, 6th place went to Ben Martin, Madison FFA. 7th place was Cornerstone Church with Leonardo Rodriguez. 5th place was Madison FFA with Trinidad, JT Trinidad. 4th place was St. Hedwig 4-H with Sutton Davis. 3rd place was Delina Castaneda from East Central FFA. 2nd place was Troy Batiste from East Central FFA, and 1st was Brody Pfizer from East Central FFA. Now coming into the ring are heavyweight steers for British Division. We will be selling 6 of them. We have Braden Williford from East Central FFA, Reese Royce from St. Hedwig 4-H, Braden Williford from East Central FFA, Colton Tudhope from East Central FFA, Sutton Davis from St. Hedwig 4-H, Bradley Williford from East Central FFA. We have Gavin Para from Madison FFA, and then we have Ty Shaw from Helotes 4-H LOS, or LSO, I'm sorry. And again, these steers range from 1124 to 1366. First call, lightweight American steers. First call, lightweight American steers, ranging from 918 to 1086.
Nice heavyweight class, pretty logical one to lead off with. That guy suits me really good. He's made good at the ground. He's got enough to him. He's a big top, big quarter steer, beautiful out of his front 1/3. When you set that guy in motion, he's tremendously sound off of both ends, gets out, flex and goes. Got a lot of look to him, but that guy surprised you with his thickness. You get up over his top and read through his top side and get behind him. He's one that's surely wide enough in his skeletal makeup. He's big enough in his muscle. It's a nice steer to lead off. Congratulations, young man. You can hit out right here. We'll let you out right here. Second and third are close. I like the moderation of the steer in second. Love the center portion of his body. I think he's just a bit crisper in the way he looks out of his front one third. Like him just a tick better as he goes from hooks to pins. You set those two guys in motion. They're relatively sound, but I think the second one outmoves the one in third. I think that was highly practical in his design. He doesn't overwhelm you with any one dimension, but awful practical from end to end. Nice steer for the young man there landing second. The steer in third, just a bit harder in his makeup. He's not as soft as the top two. Plenty muscle there, plenty forearm, plenty top shape. Just a bit harder and crisper in his overall makeup. If I can soften that guy up, he suits me better. He just one that gets a bit harder made for me, but he's got some time there. We're going to soften up as time goes on. Good job by that young man. We land forward with the Shorthorn appearing one. Love the steer for his length of body and length of hip. Needing softer in the center portion of his body, but he's a big old guy, and I guess as you add those pounds, maybe you have to be a little careful that where you're going to end up. But he gets a bit harsher in his flank. He gets a bit tighter in the center portion of his body. A little more body shape in the Herf there that comes next. I want to change him at his hip just a tick. Once the dip, the tailhead setting sometime when you set him in motion, if I can square him there, he suits me better. Gets a bit off on his front too when you set him in motion. Then we get with a big steer that was the biggest, heaviest steer in the lineup, and I don't know that that's a bad thing relative into the fact that he's not too big. He's a big-footed, big rugged steer, but yet he gets out and goes okay. Kind of like the second place steer, he gets a bit harder in his design. If I could just soften that guy up, make him a bit softer to look at, make him a bit softer through the center portion of his body, he suits me better. The one that comes next, just not as much of him as you get right in there behind him. I don't want to widen him up. And we close with the Hereford Mark steer that I'd like him to move better off his hind too. He gets awful upright there in his rear passion. He gets more flex there than I like him a lot better. Nice set of steers. Congratulations to those exhibitors.
Congratulations, exhibitors. 8th place goes to Reese Boyce from St. Hedwig 4-H. 7th place to Braden Williford from East Central FFA. 6th place goes to Ty Schott from Helotes 4-H LSO. 5th place goes to Bradley Williford from East Central FFA. 4th place goes to Gavin Farr from Madison FFA. 3rd place goes to Sawyer Davis from St. Hedwig 4-H. And 2nd place goes to Braden Williford from East Central FFA. And 1st place, congratulations to Colton Tudhope from East Central FFA. We are now in our British Drive. Welcoming back Brady Pfizer from East Central FFA and Colton Tudhope. Seconds in those class would be Troy Patisse from the 1st class and Braden Williford from the 2nd class.
With two nice steers, let's give these two young men a round of applause for coming back as the class winners in the British division. Nothing else you can certainly see. The type and kind of cattle I prefer cattle that are flexible and get out and go. I prefer cattle with some look to them, but yet have to have enough muscle to them as well. And I think these two suit me really well from that standpoint. As I said earlier, they all have different endpoints, so maybe not going to judge them to their endpoint today. Maybe just judge them as they stand today and be very satisfied with that. But these are two good cattle that are made kind of the type and kind that I like to have. The Hereford, in relation to the pair, he could be just a bit better out of his rear pasture. He gets a bit more upright in his rear pasture there than would be ideal. The black steer could be just a nickel different out of his knee, I'll be honest with you. Both of those I would change just a tick. So it gets down to a personal preference for me from the standpoint of the look and design and the muscle mass. I think they're both really good. I like the black one to win this division. Congratulations to you, young man, to be champion out of the heavyweight division. That second place steer that was in there is a more moderate black steer that was second in that particular division. I don't know if that young man was here or not. Wasn't as stout made, wasn't as quite as pretty in his balance, and I can only talk about it so long, young man. But that steer, to be honest with you, he's a nice steer, as I said, extremely practical in his design. Doesn't overwhelm you with any one dimension, but extremely practical in his design. and don't see him here. If he was here, I will tell you, I remember him quite well. But Hereford comes second for me, whether he's here or not. Congratulations, young man, out of lightweight. You'll be reserved British.
Remind everybody to please be at the ring if you are getting first or second so that you can come back for that champion drive. Congratulations to Colton Tuttle of East Central FFA for the champion British steer. Congratulations to Brody Pfizer for reserve champion British steer. We'll now start with our lightweight Americans. There are 9 in this class. They will range from 918 to 1086. Again, from 918 pounds to 1086. And we ask those exhibitors to please use the entire ring. Don't close up on the judge, as there are 9 in this class. We will be selling 7. First in should be Troy Batiste from St. Hedwig 4H. First in, Troy Batiste. Second, Ryan Pena from Southwest Rough Rider. We have a correction for classes. Third should be Daniel Rodriguez from Cornerstone. Fourth in should be Reese Royce from East Central FFA. Second in should be Ryan Pena. Third in Ryan Pena. Placing 7. Second in, Ryan Pena. Third in, Daniel Rodriguez. Third in, Daniel Rodriguez. Fourth in, Reese Royce. Fifth in, Madison Wilburn. Next in, Bridget Batiste. Kendall McMullen, Troy Batiste, and Ryan Pena. Madison Wilburn. Madison Wilburn should be 5th in. Madison should be 5th in. It's your second call for heavyweight American steers. Heavyweight American steers, you should be at the ring at this time. Heavyweight American steers. We are placing 7 out of Class 3 lightweight Americans, ranging in weight from 918 to 1086.
American steers should be at the ring at this time. All American steers. Let this serve as your first call, lightweight exotic.
Nice class of Americans. There's some give and take on the top trio, to be quite honest, some give and take all the way through these 9. I think the gray one is probably the nicest balanced one for me. Probably brings the most to me as far as got some look and design. Extremely sound in his skeletal makeup. He's wide enough in his body cavity. He's good enough on his feet and legs. Got some look through his front 1/3. He's long enough in his hip as well. He's not the most powerfully designed one. We'll see all day, but I think he's powerful enough. And from the standpoint of when you put the pieces together, I think he bounces up the nicest for me. That guy right there, he's not the biggest top one in the top trio, but there's enough muscle there. Congratulations, young man. You're going to lead off the class with the gray steer. The black steer is intriguing from the standpoint of he's one of those great big monster-footed, big boned ones. And that's something that I don't necessarily have to have in a market steer whatsoever. They just have to be adequate. Along with that, he's ultra level down his top side. He's really good out of his hip. He's one that you would assume him to be a little harder in as much mass as he has in his bone work and his footwork, but he's not. He's soft enough in his design. That guy right there, if I could change him, I'd change him off his hind tooth. Goes with a little more set sometimes than would be ideal. And when he sets him down, he wants to set his hock outside his skeleton ever so slightly, and that kind of scares me when he gets really, really market weight to, can he carry it like he needs to? But boy, he's striking to look at from the profile. He's massive in his foot and bone. Congratulations, young lady. It's saying 2. The one that I want to use over and over and over again to lead off the class is the steer that stands 3rd. That tiger stripe guy's got a good look to him. He's good in the center portion of his body. He's good on his feet and legs. But of the top trio, he's the lightest muscle calf in the top trio, especially down his top side. He comes out of his blade quite a bit narrower than the top 2 that go above him. Just from the sheer muscle and market standpoint, that's where I change him. As he blows apart, and I realize there may be a different endpoint there in mind, when he gets closer to his endpoint, masses up and gulps up through his top side, that guy right there could be pretty darn good when it's all said and done. A little harsher through his flank, rear flank. If I can soften him there, he gets more ideal. Good job, young lady. He hadn't exactly wanted to be here, but she did a good job staying with him and not getting really mad at him. The steer that comes next, sometimes he gives me a really good look. I like his moderation. I like his muscle. I like his design out of his front 1/3. Then sometimes he can get a little shorter coupled in the way that he comes at me. He's a bit shorter from hooks to pins. He's not as massive and as big stout in his hip as I'd like him to be. And then goes down into that hock with maybe just a bit more give there than would be ideal. The tiger stripe steer that comes next, there's some parts of him that are really good. He's big top, he's big belly, he's plenty stout to go with it. He gets a bit rounder, he doesn't want to hold his spine with as much integrity when you set him in motion, he wants to roll out of there. The next one will change the most in time. The young man has a nice black and white steer that comes next. He's a bit harder today to look at because he's not quite as soft, but I think that one changes the most in this class. If I was going to bet on one that I can beat and get there when it's all said and done, I'd bet a lot on this guy right here because he's made right. He's right in his foot, he's right in his knee, he's right in his bone work, and he's right in his lines. He's a bit harsher in his condition today, but I think if that guy gets fatter and softer, he moves up in this class. And we have a trio here at the bottom that just gives up some mass and volume to the cattle that go above them. Good in their lines, good on their feet and legs. Just need to be more massive. Congratulations, nice class there from top to bottom.
American steers, heavyweight, should be at the ring right now. They're weighing 1174 to 1284. Congratulations to those in the class. Lightweight Americans, first place went to Troy Batiste. Second place to Reese Royce. Third place, Bridget Batiste. Fourth place, Ryan Pena. Fifth place, Ryan Pena. Sixth place, Troy Batiste. And seventh place, Kendall McMullen. Following out the group is going to be Daniel Rodriguez in 8th and Madison Welburn in 9th. Now in the ring, our heavyweight steers. We do need to have all lightweight exotic steers. This is your first call. In our ring today, we have Sawyer Davis from St. Hedwig 4-H. We have Kaylee Drake from East Central FFA. We have Madison Welburn from St. Hedwig 4-H. We have Miss Savannah Gusto from St. Hedwig 4-H. Miss Isabella Hernandez from East Central FFA. London Hall from Madison FFA. Bow Shot from Helotes 4-H LSO. And Austin Phipps from O'Connor FFA. There are 8 entries in this class. We will be selling 6. 6 will make the sale.
We are live today at the 59th annual Bexar County Junior Livestock Show. We are in process with the steer show, and right now we are in the heavyweight American. We have concluded the British division and the lightweight American, and now we're at the heavy American. The animals that you see out on the sand or the arena, inside the arena right now, they are going to weigh a little over 10,080 pounds. Could be even tough in the scales at 12 to 1,300 pounds. What's significant about that, though, is that is considered the finish weight. And what I mean by that is if they were to go to a feedlot facility to be fed out and be ready to put inside the grocery store, they have hit the top end. So these animals are ready right now to go into the market facility, and so you're getting the first-hand view right now of what your beef or what your food would look like. There are currently 8 exhibitors out there in the arena. The top 6 will make it to the sale, and I know you've been hearing all day about sale, and why that's going to be important is because that is when they get their paycheck. So just like the American farmer, they will work all year long. Most of these actually picked up their show animal last June, and so they have had them on feed for at least 9 months. And some of them are going to continue on to the major shows, San Antonio, Austin, Houston. So they'll have them for another 2 or 3 months, and the only way that these individuals get paid is by the sale, and that sale is going to happen next Saturday. It's going to have a change of location. Last year it was at Bluebonnet Palace. This year it's going to be at Texas Pride Barbecue, and the Bexar County Junior Livestock Show Association would really like to say thank you to Texas Pride. Also, they're going to have internet bidding available this year, so you'll be able to bid on your animal from the comfort of your home, or if you cannot make it out to Texas Pride Barbecue, then you will be able to contribute to these young people's education. You'll be able to contribute for those that are not seniors as they try to put back money to raise next year's project. So think about becoming a member. Think about going out there and supporting American youth. The young leaders of today are out there in the arena right now. Judge is going through his initial placement. He's asking him to walk the animal. This is allowing him to see the muscle structure. He elongates some of the muscles so that he can evaluate, and they are being evaluated on a carcass quality. What I mean by that is these are all steers. Means they have become a male animal that's had their reproductive organs removed. Their whole purpose is for the food chain, and so he is going to be evaluating them on that specific purpose. Bear County Junior Livestock Show would like to recognize their sponsors. The shows are sponsored in part by Kubota Incorporated, Ewald Kubota.
This is your second call for lightweight exotics. Second call for lightweight exotics.
They are located in Selma, Texas. And drop by and see Justin Rogers and say thank you for supporting the youth of tomorrow, the leaders of tomorrow, and thank him for their generous donation to and sponsorship to the show. Banner sponsors include River City Oral Maxillofacial Surgery, Jeffrey Castle with Rebuilding Texas LLC, and others include Friesenhahn Trucking, and they brought in the arena sand and dirt that is needed to make sure that the animals are provided a good, steady footing for today's show. So if you get an opportunity, stop by those local sponsors and say thank you.
It's a nice class of heavyweight Americans here as they come, and this top trio or top four are really nice cattle. The one that wins, there's no doubt he's the man in the class. He's big and he's stout, but yet that guy's really flexible when you ask him to go. He's true down his top side, he's true in his hip, he's good in his front 1/3. He can't weigh what you'd let him weigh, because that guy right there could weigh some pounds. And I think if that guy goes apart just a tick more, he's going to be a fun one when it's all said and done. Every once in a while, young lady, don't ever, that show side front foot right now is perfect, okay? Don't let him set that foot back, because when that foot gets back, he wants to look a little goofy in his shoulder. And I don't think he is, he just wants to get comfortable there. Always make sure that show side front foot is just a bit up like it is right now. When you set him at that last time and you nailed it, that kind of clinched the deal for me. So that's a full-grown man right there. Good luck with him. He's going to be fun to have. The red one there from the hip forward, I'll tell you, that guy threatens to win the class. I love the mellowness of this guy. I love the flexibility off his front two and hind two. His foot size is perfect. His bone work is perfect. His joints are perfect. That guy is really, really made the way I like him to be made. Except the fact he gets just a nickel shorter in his hip. He's not quite as jet level as that one that leads off. You watch him there in his tailhead set. He wants to dip it just a bit when you set him in motion. That guy's leveler in his hip, and he threatens to win the class because he's a bit softer, maybe even than our class winner. Just want to change him there in his hip. No doubt the carcass merit steer is the steer that finishes number 3. That steer right there, I think, would really would grade. That one right there's got enough muscle. There's some white meat there. He's pretty fat, but I don't think he's too fat for me. Big belly, easy doing, extremely practical. Not as nice in the design through his front 1/3 as the two that go above him. But gosh, from the carcass standpoint, like I said, I think that one would suit you really good. Really a show steer, really an eye-appealing one that comes 4. That steer hits the ring and he's like, well, here's a class winner, and where do we go from there? Because he's so pretty and striking on the profile. He's long-sided, he's level enough. But when he gets out here with these top 3, as you can see, he just gets overwhelmed by him, especially when you get him behind that guy. He sets his hind two fairly narrow as he goes away. He wants to be narrow as I read him from stifle to stifle. Got to blow him apart, especially when I get right in behind him for him to move up. And then we have a set of steers here remaining here that are all nice steers. They're bigger frame steers, but steers nice in their lines, got enough muscle to them. Maybe some differences in style and balance as you go through that lineup, but they're still very useful kind of show steers for these young people. So congratulations to all of them. Just a pretty big, massive one there to lead off with.
Congratulations to Isabella Hernandez from East Central FFA. She was our class winner, followed by Savannah Risto, second place from St. Hedwig 4-H. Third went to London Hall from Madison FFA. Fourth went to Sawyer Davis from St. Hedwig 4-H. Fifth went to Bo Schott from Helotes 4-H LSO. 6th place went to Kaylee Drake from East Central FFA. 7th went to Austin Phipps from O'Connor FFA. And 8th went to Madison Welburn from St. Hedwig 4-H. Now coming in for our American Champion Drive will be from our Class 1, our lightweight Americans, Troy Batiste. 2nd place in that class was Reese Royce. Coming in from our heavyweight class that just exited would be 1st place Isabella Hernandez, and Savannah Risto would be our 2nd place from that class. Again, all placing steers, if you receive a ribbon, must have your picture taken at the backdrop for their auction placing. So far on our showmanship line, we have called back the following exhibitors. We're not done, but we have called the following. We have Brody Pfizer, Braden Williford, Colton Tudhope, Bradley Williford, Bridget Batiste, Reese Royce, Isabella Hernandez, and Savannah Risto.
That pair of American steers, lightweight, as I said in class, he just won that class on soundness and balance. Didn't overwhelm you in any one dimension, but I thought he was very practical in his design from the standpoint of one that's got some meat and muscle to him, it's got some softness to him. Boy, he gets out and goes plenty good. Then you come in with this heavyweight dude, and he's one, as I said, he could weigh more because when it's all said and done, he's going to weigh more, and you can't let him weigh more today, and I understand that. That dude's just really, really stout made. He's really sound. He's ultrasound as he moves. He's good at his joint work. He's good through his top side of his hip, and I think he's just he's pretty much a grown man, and I like that steer pretty well. That black steer out of the heavyweight class will win the Americans. Congratulations to you, young lady. There's an orange steer behind him in class that the young lady has. That I said even in class, that steer is just a nickel off this class winner. He's just, I would change him just a touch out of his hip. But from the hip, he's right there, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he's got a nice look to him. He's ultrasound. He's good through his front 1/3. As I said, I just changed him just a nickel out of his hip there as he goes. He doesn't quite get his square out of his hip, and then when he pulls that down to his hop, you might want to have just a tick more set about his hop too. So he comes in here. He's ultra competitive, very close pair. I think the gray steer is a bit more fault-free. Gray steer up front will be reserved, young man. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations, Isabella Hernandez for an East Central FFA. She exhibited the Champion American Steer. Our Reserve Champion American Steer was exhibited by Mr. Troy Batiste from East Central FFA. Congratulations, you two. We'll see you later in the champion, our Grand Champion Drive, so don't go too far. We have lightweight exotics coming in at this point. We have coming in Abigail Havicorn from Helotes 4-H LSP, Bridget Batiste from East Central FFA, Caroline Havicorn from Helotes 4-H LSP, Alexandria Thomas from East Central FFA, Madison FFA has London Hall coming in, and then East Central FFA has Samuel Castaneda coming in. These are exotic steers weighing from 904 to 986. We will be selling 5 steers from this group, 5 steers. Exotic steers class 2, we need you to the ring. Exotic steers class 2. It should have Abigail, Bridget, Caroline, should be third, Alexandria, London, and Samuel. We will be placing 5 steers out of this class. They range in weight from 904 to 986. This is your lightweight exotic class. Medium weight exotic steers, you need to be at the ring. Medium weight exotic steers bring 1032 to 1186.
Nice class of lightweight AOB cattle. The gray steer wins this class pretty darn handily for me. That guy's got a tremendous look about him. He's jet level out of the hip and really good through his top side, really good through his front 1/3. He's heavy in motion, he's plenty sound as well. It's an awful striking one there to lead off with. Congratulations to that young lady. It's closer between second and third. The second place steer is a wider base steer. He's wider as I read it from cycle. He just gives me more when I get right in there behind him and read it through his top, and then I read it through his cycle. Young man steer super sound there that comes in 3. Really soft made by design, and right in the skeleton just gives us some thickness to the cattle. Go ahead and circle them, girls, and we can just move them around so we don't get behind down there. The black steer that comes next there, really a high volume steer, very practical in its design. It's a bit upright on trying to want to make it flex just a bit more in its rear pasture there for me. Very close to the pair of steers that just give up some just power to the 4 cattle that go above them. Nice cattle, but they just need more power, more muscle to run with the 4 today. Nice class from top to bottom. Good steer to lead off with.
Congratulations to those in the lightweight exotic class. First place goes to Alexandria Thomas from East Central FFA. Second place goes to Bridget Batiste, East Central FFA. Third place goes to Samuel Castaneda, East Central FFA. Fourth place goes to London Hall, Madison FFA. Fifth place goes to Caroline Havercorn for Helotes 4-H LSP. And then sixth place goes to Abigail Havercorn for Helotes 4-H LSP. Next coming into our class will be our medium weight exotic steers. First in should be Logan Miller. Second in should be Sutton Davis. Third in should be Ryan Pena. Fourth in should be Jaden Vines. Fifth in should be Bridget Batiste. Sixth in should be Abigail Howell. Come on. Next in should be Courtney Burrell. And then last in should be Deacon Stackman. First call and second call, intermediate exotic steers. Intermediate exotic steers. In the barn, an intermediate exotic steers weighing 11 or 12. He has the barn. We have 8 in this class. We will be placing 6. This class ranges from 1,032 to 1186. Again, we will be placing 6 in this class. If you have a placing ribbon, you need to go to the backdrop to make sure that you have gotten your picture made with our show photographer. Those pictures are used at the auction. Your animal does not go to the auction, but your picture does. And so they must have your picture for the auction. Again, on showmanship, we have Brody Pfizer, Braden Williford, Colton Tudhope, Bradley Williford, Reese Royce, Bridget Batiste, Troy Batiste, Savannah Risto, Isabella Hernandez, Alexandria Thomas, Samuel Castaneda, I think that's what we have so far. Alexandria Thomas. So far, we'll be keeping you updated on those that are being asked to come back for showmanship. Again, we will have 2 divisions, a junior division and a senior division. Junior division is 8 through 13 years of age as of September 1, 2021.
Good class of AOB steers here. The one that leads off wins this class pretty handily, like the last class. The steer in the last class. This one's made different though. He's more moderate in his type and kind, and he just got that fat steer look, and all he has to do is replicate, get big enough, get wide enough, and stay sound enough to be a good one. And I think he will. He's really got a nice look about it. Extended out his front 1/3. That one there is pretty complete from end to end. Young man does a nice job with it. Congratulations, young man. That's a nice steer to lead off with. We get a pair of steers that come next that are just a high volume, soft made steers. A lot of muscle in the second place steer, especially down his top. He's plenty good on his feet and legs. Not quite as balanced as the one that leads off. Not quite as much show ring appeal, but I think tremendous in the standpoint of just soft made one with a lot of muscle, especially in his top side. The one that comes next, I change him just a bit on the move. That guy has plenty of muscle, and he's probably fat enough at this stage of his life. He just gets a bit more challenge when you set him in motion, especially off his hind two. Young man, that's a nice steer, though, that finishes third. The butterscotch steer here that comes forward, boy, from the shoulder back, that guy can run with him. He's a really cool looking one in his hind leg and out of his hip. He's good at his top. He gets rounder about his shoulder. He gets more upright about his shoulder and knee. He's got to be better there, especially when you set him in motion. The next one is the thickest-ended one, the blonde steer there. He's the thickest-ended one in the class. Just gets a bit harsher in his overall makeup. He's harder in the center portion of his body. He's just not soft enough for meat. And then a trio of steers there that close the class. Maybe just not as much condition on those cattle, not as far along as their feeding pattern as the cattle that go above them today. Nice class from top to bottom. Congratulations to all the exhibitors.
Congratulations, exhibitors. We do need to have all of the intermediate steers to the ring at this point, and this is your first call for your heavyweight exotic steers. First place, congratulations to Ryan Pena of Southwest Rough Riders. Second place goes to Courtney Burrell for O'Connor FFA. Third place, Deacon Stagner from O'Connor FFA. Fourth place goes to Logan Miller, East Central FFA. Fifth place goes to Jaden Vines, O'Connor FFA. And sixth place goes to Abigail Kumau from O'Connor FFA. Seventh place goes to Bridget Batista of State Heavyweight 4-H. And eighth place to Sutton Davis, State Heavyweight 4-H. Now entering the ring is your intermediate steers. We will place we'll place 5 steers in this group. Weight ranges from 1214 to 1248. First in the ring, Alexandria Thomas. First in, Alexandria Thomas. Second will be Savannah Risto. Savannah Risto. Next, Annalyn Flores. Logan Miller. Looking for Logan Miller. Logan Miller. There he comes up the back. Ashton Lilly will be our next after Logan Miller. Ashton Lilly. And then Krista Sultanfuss. We need to have heavyweight exotic steers at the ring. Heavyweight exotic steers at the ring. As a reminder, if you get a ribbon and you place, you must get your picture taken at the backdrop with our show photographers for the auction. Must have that happen. Additionally, you may get direction from Caitlin Kippen from LivestockJudging.com for filming some steers as she comes out for our judging contest. These steers range in 1214 to 1248.
Class 3 exotics, nice class. The one that wins, very good steer there, just really good. I just tell you, he's nice. That one right there is good on his feet and legs. Tremendous look for his front 1/3. Enough power, but yet still clean jointed, super sound, nice look. Really, really, just, I think it's a striking individual. Congratulations, that young lady. Just a good one. We come in second with a white steer that I think that from the standpoint of second best one, he suits me from the carcass merit standpoint. He's a big top. He's not really choke-throated there, but I think from the standpoint of when it's close to his end point, he's going to hang a really nice carcass there. I think he's the next best one. And I think when you set him in motion, he surprises you. He gets out and goes pretty good for the jump that he is. He gets out and goes and plants him and drives him, and I like that about him. Gray steer comes next because he just got a lot of muscle mass to it. He's a big, thick-ended steer, big top steer. There, go ahead and ignore the circling. We can leave these guys on out. You go ahead and circle and bring them around. That guy right there, he's got a lot of muscle to it. I just want to soften him by making him a bit better in the top side. The red steer there, he's good on the stop. He's got some look to him. He's got some bounce. It's a bit more refined in his bone work. It's a little different. Like you said, we're working on the height too. Excuse me. The red and white steer there just needs more to him. He just gets out and forced up by some of these cows above him today. And the one that closes is very practical in his design. He's big belly, got some top shape, a bit rounder there by design. Be ideal for me. I just want to spread that guy up just to take off the plane too as well. Good class there, really nice individual on the top side.
Congratulations, exhibitors. As we come in, I do need all my heavyweight exotic calves. They'll be our next into the ring. There are 7 head in that class. We will place 6. They range in weight from 1246 to 1428. Congratulations goes out to our Class 7 Intermediate Exotics first place, Alexandria Thomas from East Central FFA. Second place is Logan Miller from East Central FFA. Third place, Ashton Lilly from O'Connor FFA. Fourth place from O'Connor FFA is Krista Cifuentes. Fifth place goes to Annalyn Flores from O'Connor FFA. And Savannah Risto rounds out the class from St. Hedwig 4-H. Entering the ring now is Ashton Lilly from O'Connor FFA. Jamison Hacker from O'Connor FFA, Courtney Burrell from O'Connor FFA, Chloe Tim from O'Connor FFA, Nada Chavez from O'Connor FFA, Caden Calabali, I'm sorry Caden, and Sophia Delabosa, and I'm again sorry for mispronouncing your name. Again, this class ranges from 1246 to 1428. We will place 6 in this class. We do need all of our exotic champion or class winners back to the ring. So we need to make sure Alexandria Thomas, Bridget Batiste, both from the lightweight exotic class. In the middleweights, we needed Ryan Pena and Courtney Burrell. From the intermediates, Alexandria Thomas and Logan Miller. We also ask that we have our other breed champions and reserve breed champions on hold for grand drive in just a little bit. There is a correction to this class. We will be placing 5 in this class. 5. Ashley Lilly was in the last class. And that's a move. So just understanding that there are 6 in the class, we will be placing 5.
Our heavyweight class, the 2 steers that move to the top of the glass surface on this side for me, and that's a close placing for different reasons. I'm going to tell you how I see these top 2 and then tell you how I place them. The black steer there is very, again, one of those I call very practical in its design. He's right in his foot shape, he's right in his bone work, he's right in his joints, he gets out the nose really good. You can see he's a very high volume steer. He's probably a real easy feeder, a big, soft middle steer. And one that, again, doesn't really overpower you anywhere, but it just kind of comes together in a nice package. It's a tick weaker there, maybe down the top line, and that would be ideal for me. And he doesn't overwhelm you at all from a muscle standpoint, but like I said, he's one that I think is pretty balanced. The red orange roan steer that comes second, there's times when he gives you as good a look as any steer you've seen all day, and there's some times when he doesn't give you a good look at all. I'll tell you right now, that guy's the benefit of a ring that's full of soft sand. I think a hard surface is a detriment to this guy. No. You gotta wait on me, baby. I'm sorry. Gotta be patient. I'm talking my top 2. I haven't placed them yet. And I could switch them around, but both these steers are swirling around a little bit, so I just left them standing the way they are. That guy at times gets too straight out of his front too. He gets a little straight out of his shoulder and knee, but at times he's just right on it. So from the standpoint of when you bring one to a stop, a market steer that's fat, big top, and big ended, he is. He's got a nice look to him as well. So I changed the way he moves off his front too, but from end to end, I get down a market steer value and then carcass value. I think he overwhelms the class. That steer is my blue ribbon winner out of the orange roan steer there. The black steer will be second in this class. We come with the steer next. It's a bit more. You can go ahead and leave these 2 out, young ladies. I'm sorry about that, but that's just kind of the way I do things. The black steer that comes next, he's a bit harsher in his overall body makeup. He's harder in his makeup. He's a bit harsher in his forehead. Man, he's a long body steer. To get that guy looking the way he is, young man, you fed him extremely well. Just need him to have more forehead to him. Just need him to have more volume through the center portion of his body. Just needs to be softer. The red one there, when he comes to a stop, young lady, you do a really good job with him. He's got a nice look to his voice, good there. His top side's really good through his loin. If you handle that guy, I bet you handles pretty well as well. That guy gets a little different through his rear flank. He gets a bit different through his hip and hind leg. Just wants to set his hock outside his skeleton just a bit. I want to change that about him, but on the stop there, he's where he is. The big orange steer that comes next, he's a long-bodied steer, just a bit coarser about the way he's made about his shoulder and front 1/3. It's a bit shallower in the center portion of his body. Same thing can be said with our black steer that closes. He's good in his lines. He's good on his feet and legs. Just not soft enough for him. You need to soften that guy up, give him more volume in the center portion of his body. Good class, so congratulations to all the exhibitors.
Congratulations to our heavyweight exotic class winner, which goes to Ms. Courtney Burrell from O'Connor FFA. Second place goes to Sophia Del Blasio. Third place from O'Connor FFA. Third place from Caden Callahan. O'Connor FFA. Fourth place, Chloe Tim from O'Connor FFA. Fifth place goes to Jameson Hafer from O'Connor FFA. And sixth place, Nadia Chavez for our heavyweight class. Now coming in will be our champion exotic. Our lightweight class winner was Alexandria Thomas. Second in that class was Bridget Batiste. Next with our medium weights, first in that class was Ryan Pena. Second in that class was Courtney Burrell. And our intermediate exotics, first in that class was Alexandria Thomas, second was Logan Miller. Last class was Courtney Burrell, first place, and Sophia de Blasio in our roll out our champions. We do need to have our British champion, Brody Kaiser, along with his reserve British champion, along with our American champion, which was Isabella Hernandez, and reserve champion Troy Batiste to the ring. On our showmanship, juniors, we've had Brody Kaiser, Savannah Risto, Troy Batiste, and Samuel Castaneda. In our seniors, we have Braden Williford, Bradley Williford, Colton Tudhope, Bridget Batiste, Reese Royce, Isabella Hernandez, Alexandria Thomas, and Ryan Pena that have been called back. We will start with our juniors in showmanship first.
Somebody give her a halter. Just look for somebody outside the fence. Just hold the steer. Move him over. You hold him right there and let her. Don't worry about the damn steer. Just let him out there. He's in the barrel. He's had enough. There we go. We're good. We're good. All right, nice lineup of exotics. I'll be quite honest with you. That lightweight came in here, and I'm thinking, boy, here we go. Here's my type of time. And then they just kept coming for a couple classes and not taking anything away from our heavyweight young lady. And I'll tell you right now, you need to place a show or show for me anytime. You're one tough young lady. But them three standing out there right now are the way they're supposed to look. They're different in their maturity pattern, and they're different in their type and kind. Grace, you're striking, man. I thought that's plenty good, and you can win. Then the next two come out here, and they're just farther along. But I love the look of that calf, the design. He's so fluid, he's so front, he's so stout. The one in the middle, as I said, has that fat steer look. He's not the longest hip out here, he's not the longest fronted, but a tremendous fat steer look to that guy. Replicates himself, just gets bigger and better and wider, and then he just keeps going because he's made right. His difference in the two cattle, and I'll be quite honest with you, between Class 2 and Class 3 is type and kind. All day long, you'll know that the Class 3 is more my type and kind. A little better headed, a little better chiseled about his neck, one that's a little longer in his hip than the one directly. But I sort those steers, and I'm going to tell you what, those two are real good. And if you're second, I'm sorry, but the best two are standing right there in the middle. And they're going to be champion reserve in your exotic. And I will tell you how I sort those two steers today. If I had to feed them and take them down the road, there's one thing about them, and I wasn't raised, but I spent a long time on a little Brahmin ranch in Bowling, Texas. And I'm kind of a foot nut, and when it gets really down to nut cutting, there's one that's truer in his foot. He sets his foot truer, he sets them more north and south. There's one that rolls a little bit off his hind tooth, and I think they're that close, and when I start evaluating them, that's the way I'll use them today. So, great set of steers, not taking anything away from the seconds, but those two in the middle win it. The paint wins it today. Congratulations, young lady. Black steer be reserved. That's a great pair of steers. Congratulations today.
Congratulations to Ms. Alexandria Thomas. She'll be our exotic champion. And Mr. Ryan Pena, who'll be our reserve exotic. We will now have our grand champion drive. Our grand champion drive. So we should have Brody Pfizer. Coming in from our British division. Ryan, you can put in an exit. Brody Pfizer. Come on in. Colton Tudhope, our Grand Champion British. Brody Pfizer, our Reserve Champion. Next in our American division, Isabella Hernandez. Isabella Hernandez, followed by our Reserve Champion Troy Batiste. Our Champion Exotic, which is going to be Alexandria Thomas, followed by our Reserve Champion Ryan Pena. As the judge reviews those, again, those being called back for showmanship would be Samuel Castaneda, Brody Pfizer, Braden Williford, Colton Tudhope, Reese Royce, Troy Batiste, Savannah Risto, Isabella Hernandez, Bridget Batiste, Alexandria Thomas, and we'll continue in just a minute.
Really nice lineup of division champions and reserve division champions. You will, ladies and gentlemen, ringside, will you give these kiddos a round of applause for a nice set of steers? I'll be honest with you, yesterday afternoon about 3:30 when we were having family Christmas and you know, food was piled pretty high and we're pretty German, you know, we were having a good family Christmas, I'll just tell you. And I'm thinking, boy, my tail got to get up in the morning, drive to San Antonio to the show. What was I thinking? I'm glad I came. The heifers today, the top 3 heifers were plenty darn stinking good that can run in a lot of areas, and these top end of these steers are really, really good cattle as well. So, as I said, it's my honor to be here. I will always tell you that I'll pick the ones I like the best. I will never tell you they're the best, but they're my type and kind, and I talk heads and jaws, and I talk necklines, and I talk all that stuff some people don't because that's important to me. I like them good-headed, I like them young-headed, I like them fresh-headed. We're getting a little more mature in our show steer industry, and as a cow producer, you know, I don't know that I love that because, you know, I've got to change my gears, but I guess you got to do what it takes to get it done. But these are really nice steers, only outdone by the young people that are showing them and the courtesy that they've shown me today. So it's been my pleasure to be here. There's a couple of them out here that I'll congratulate your champion and reserve. And as I said, gosh, Leah, it's just nice to be here today. It's been my pleasure. So congratulations to each and every one of you. I'll show you the 2 I like the best. Best of luck here in your sale in a week, I think it is.
Congratulations, Alexandria Thomas. This makes the 5th year that Miss Thomas is the Grand Champion steer. Very proud of her. We'll follow in, put Ryan Pena in the hole, and you'll get to evaluate those. We'll excuse our Hereford and our other American. Congratulations, Ryan Pena from Southwest Rough Riders. Congratulations. Thank you, Mr. Fox. We appreciate you coming in and working with our kids and our cattle today. We will take about just 5 minutes to go ahead and try to get everybody regrouped for showmanship. Our first group is our juniors. We should have Brody Pfizer, Savannah Risto, Troy Batiste, and Samuel Castaneda. Again, we need to get your pictures made at the backdrop. Might need to slide those champion and reserve grade champions in so we can get the judge in and out. So if Alexandra and Ryan, if you'll make your way to the backdrop so they can have their picture made with the judge, we go ahead and get them. We'll go ahead and cut line and get that taken care of. We're doing junior showmanship first, which should be Brody Pfizer, Savannah Risto, Troy Batiste, and Samuel Castaneda. We're not going to start quite yet. We want to make sure we get pictures of Alexandra Thomas and Ryan Pena. If y'all will cut the line, go first so that we can get our judge in and out, we'd appreciate it. We've been asked by LivestockJudging.com if you were notified by Katie. She said just come after showmanship. Go ahead and take care of showmanship first. She knows that's important to you. She wants you to be able to do your best and come right afterwards, and then we can work in that ring and get them taken care of real fast. Appreciate y'all working with us and getting things done.
Yeah.
If you place the steer, you know you have to have pictures made. But also tell your 4-H or FFA instructor which animal you will be selling. So if you have multiple animals, remember that you can only sell one. Make sure that they get the right lot number for you. So if you have multiple steers or you have a goat tomorrow, just make sure that you tell them which one you are going to sell, because without that, they will not know, and they may mark the wrong animal for you. Okay, Alexandra Thomas, we got the ring up here for you to go ahead and take pictures. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and start in on our junior showmanship. We're going to go ahead and start on our junior showmanship. So if our ring help will start, we've got Brody Pfizer, Savannah Risto, Troy Batiste, and Samuel Castaneda. We're going to start bringing them in the ring. Chapel, you ready? All right, so we're going to start with Chapel. Brody Pfizer, come on in. Savannah Risto, come on in. Troy Batiste, come on in. Samuel Castaneda, come on in. For our seniors, it's going to be Braden and Bradley Williford, Colton Tudhope, Bridget Batiste, Reese Royce, Isabella Hernandez, Alex Thomas, and Ryan Pena.
So you might have to do.
Senior showmen be on board: Brayden Williford, Bradley Williford, Colton Tedhope, Bridget Batiste, Reese Royce, Isabella Hernandez, Alexandria Thomas, and Ryan Pena.
Again, I just want to say how pleased I am to be here and what an honor it is to be able to work with these young guys, especially this age. They're sponges and they learn so much. And to me, this age is so encouraging for the future of our industry as to what we can do. If you weren't here for the heifer show, at the end of the day, this is a cattle show. And we want people that can get the cattle looking as good as they possibly can. And to do that, you have to kind of understand the strengths and weaknesses of those calves relative to, I mean, these are junior kids, so it's relative, but all of these guys do a really, really good job. You know, one thing I look at also is how do they handle adversity in the ring? Because cattle, especially in a show earlier in the year, like this, cattle may not act as like they should, so how are you going to handle adversity? And I told a couple of them some things I think they need to work on, but all these kids do a really good job, and I think they'll all be very good advocates for our program and continue doing this year after year. They all deserve a round of applause. Without any more speeches from me, I'm going to go out and shake the hand of the one that I think is the best today.
This year's junior champion buckle is being awarded by Bryn Farms. Congratulations, Savannah Risto, which will be our champion junior showman for our steer division. Again, this buckle is being sponsored by Bryn Farms. Thank you, everyone. We will now be transitioning over to our senior division. Our senior division will be consisted of Brayden and Bradley Williford, Colton Tedhope, Bridget Batiste, Reese Royce, Isabella Hernandez, Alexandria Thomas, and Ryan Pena. We will hold for about 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Hold. Williford, don't come in yet. Hold for finishing up a picture real quick. As soon as we finish that picture, we'll start you. We're going to hold just for a minute and we finish this reserve champion picture. Okay, we're going to start our showmanship. Again, that should be Braden Williford. Come on in. Bradley Williford. Bradley Williford. Colton Tudhope. Bridget Batiste. We'll follow Tudhope. Reese Royce, following Bridget Batiste. Isabella Hernandez. Alexandria Thomas, and Mr. Ryan Pena. Our senior champion showmanship buckle will be presented by the Ricks family, Richard Ricks family. I'd like to thank Brim Farms for sponsoring the junior showman buckle. We still have a few buckles that are available. If you'd like to sponsor one, you can see Mr. Ricks and he can help you out and get you a sponsorship. Or Wade Tudhope. At the completion of showmanship, we will begin the videoing with livestockjudging.com. So if you're holding for that, or if you need to take a picture, we still have those things available. Poultry will start arriving about 3 o'clock. Poultry will start arriving about 3 o'clock.
While we have a little time here, I want to tell everybody about the auction. January 8th is being hosted by Texas Pride Barbecue out on 1604. It is sponsored by Hulk Cat. This is the first time they've sponsored with the Bear County Junior Livestock Show. We're awful happy to have them involved. Registration. Buyer registration is open online now. Go to BCJLS.com and follow the Auction of Champions button and buyer registration. All buyers will register online. $500 minimum to be a buyer, but we'll also be able to take add-ons. So get your buyers in line and let's have a good time out there. Real quick, I want to announce, we're really proud to announce our scholarship recipients. For the Sharon Saltzfus Memorial Scholarship recipient is Mackenzie Mendoza, that's $1,000. The others get $500 each. Ryan Pena, Courtney Burrell, Shelley Bionzik, Delaney Morrison, Maya Newton, Ashley Cartwright, Madison McDarney, Kaylee Richter, Amberly Robles, Mariah Robinson, and Christopher Cantu. Real proud of those kids. Thanks for your participation.
I know we have a bunch of cattle kids in here today, but for those of you that are listening that may be showing swine, there has been an update on the Swine Judge. We will now have Brigham Barham from Waco. So just understand that there has been a judge change. It's going to be Reagan Barham from Waco.
When you get to this point in the show, you kind of wonder yourself as a judge how long you want to keep people out here, because it gets to be counterproductive. Cattle get tired, kids get tired, but you also want to do your due diligence and give all these kids the best shot they can to show what they've got. And I watched them in class, and I watched them in the drive, some of them, and then out here again. I'll just say again, I strongly believe in the role of everybody here, but especially these exhibitors being an advocate, especially at this age. When you get to be older, you know, in this age classification, you don't have that many more years left to do this, so you need to consider how you can help this program, how you can help agriculture, how you can advocate, be an advocate for what we're trying to do out here. My county agent in Llano, Texas, when I was growing up, he always said this to me. These livestock projects, be it cattle, hogs, sheep, goats, chickens, whatever they are, they're nothing more than a tool to teach life lessons. So that's really what it's all about here. I'm super impressed with all of these kids. I didn't pull them in any kind of particular order. I was just kind of working through the cattle, and like I say, it's late in the day, but these kids are great. They're great to talk to. They've done a tremendous job. This is pretty opinionated when it gets down to showmanship, so you can go several different ways here, and I'd have any of these kids stick one for us in Llano County any day. So let's give these kids a round of applause, and I'll shake the hand of the person I think's the best.
Congratulations for Ryan Pena. We're excited for you being our champion showman. Buckle being sponsored by the Richard Ricks family. And as you come in and take care of things, congratulations to Southwest Rough Riders.